Peraí, gente, fazer aqui um negócio rapidão. Não, aqui. Eu sou lufa-lufa, sou lufana. O que tá com esse negócio amarelo? O que tá com esse negócio amarelo aqui? Ao redor. Só Deus sabe que eu mexi, meu Deus, vai ficar assim. Vamos ver se presta. Tem um negócio amarelo assim ao redor do Chrome. Wizard in Word.
Lumos.
FPS.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Eu adoro a trilha sonora de Harry Potter, mano.
Welcome to Hogwarts Legacy. You're a new student at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry with a unique ability to manipulate powerful ancient magic hidden in the wizarding world. You'll need to uncover what's behind the return of this forgotten magic and who is seeking to harness it to destroy wizard kind, as you may be the one that decides the fate of the entire wizarding world.
What?
But before you can study magic and begin to solve these mysteries, you must create the witch or wizard you want to be.
O rosto não muda, não?
When you arrive at Hogwarts, you
O
will be
rosto não
sorted
muda,
into
só o
one of the
cabelo.
four Hogwarts houses: Gryffindor, Hufflepuff,
Meu,
Ravenclaw,
que
or Slytherin.
personagem
After you
feio.
settle into your dormitory, you will meet up with your housemates in the common room. You will then need to attend classes, and you do have some catching up to do, as you were starting Hogwarts late as a 5th year.
So you are the new student.
You'll begin your studies attending
ter mostrado
charms,
os
defense
diferentes.
against the dark arts,
Vai ver, não tem ainda.
biology, and potions classes, to name a few.
Ah, hello, class. Please welcome the newest rose in our garden.
Shall we begin?
É,
Welcome
MMO.
to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge.
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two.
O jogo tá feio pra caralho, tá? Ainda, pelo menos. Eita, duelo.
You may begin.
Ai, que delícia.
Not bad for a
Deve ser mal gostoso jogar.
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school.
Here you'll meet your professors
Maravilha.
and learn to cast spells, grow magical plants, brew potions, and more. In between classes, you'll be able to explore the castle famous for its secrets, enchantments, and mysteries. You'll discover dungeons and secret passageways, as well as challenging puzzles that will require magical skill and a clever mind to solve. You may even find yourself in iconic locations you've never been able to explore before. It's the late 1800s, so while the common rooms and classes may be familiar, most of your professors will not be. However, you may recognize a few faces.
No Gmod tem coisa de Harry Potter.
All in good fun. Once Sir Patrick lets me join the Headless Hunt, I'll be right there with them. This offering is sure to win them over.
Don't forget why I'm here, sir.
You'll come to know this eclectic group of talented witches and wizards in class and while completing side assignments that are part of a special curriculum. Ones designed to help you catch up with the other 5th years at your own speed.
Eita. Que
Opportunities
crepúsculo?
for
Vai ser o
adventure
que? Jogo do
abound
crepúsculo
in
ir pro
the
sol
area
pra brilhar?
surrounding Hogwarts. The magical abilities you learn to master through your schoolwork
Correr atrás de
will soon
cachorro?
become tested as you unravel a dangerous mystery by working alongside the accomplished and yet enigmatic Professor Fig to try and discover if the rumors of a mounting goblin rebellion hold any weight, and if the safety of Hogwarts lies in the balance.
I have opinions differ as to how great a threat he really
Goblin
is.
Rebellion. Goblin é forte, tá?
Ranrock's loyalists are capable of so much more than people realize.
The wizarding world of this era is fraught with dangers. Creatures corrupted by a magical force, powerful
As dungeons.
goblins,
As
and
DG.
sinister witches and wizards, all willing to fight, even kill, to achieve their own goals. In fact, there's an uneasy alliance between the goblins and dark wizards.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who is this child? Are you not telling me?
But perhaps you shouldn't involve yourself with that just yet.
Let's go.
Dá-lhe aperta a bola.
Enemies possess unique defensive and offensive abilities, including
Tá, porra,
blasting
toma.
curses, stunning spells, enchanted weaponry, and more. While some may attack directly, others might enchant and incapacitate you. Mastery of
Tá,
the shield
porra,
charm
fudeu.
allows you to deflect ranged spells and direct weapon strikes. Counterattack with
porra.
powerful stunning charms, allowing you to follow up with extended spell combinations.
Bom, eu sempre quis jogar magia nas pessoas desse jeito, então.
Students who become particularly adept at spellcasting will find many ways to exploit their enemy's weakness.
Pare. Tá, porra, toma.
Slam with Descendo. Roast with Incendio. Devastate your enemies using various finishes. You can even use the mysterious, powerful magic.
Caralho, mano, jogando o coitado do anão pra cima e pra baixo.
Strongest foes.
Tá, porra.
Mixing and matching dozens of spells will let you define your combat style. On your path to become the ultimate duelist.
Da hora, tá? Tá bem feito, pelo menos assim, os negócios de...
Perhaps you'd be good enough to
A
blast
movimentação
each
tá
other to
muito
pieces in your
boa.
own time.
In addition to classes and spells, you'll have access to a deep set of upgrades, talents, and skills to aid your progression as a wizard. Complete challenges throughout the world to earn experience.
Só no Play
Level up your
5, pra
abilities
gameplay
by
no Play
choosing
5.
talents to upgrade your spells, plants, and potions to increase their power. Decide which talents best fit your playstyle to allow you to focus on your favorite types of magic. You can also loot, buy, or craft your own magical gear that will increase your offensive and defensive capabilities in combat. Gear can be upgraded and specialized to allow for greater abilities for your chosen playstyle.
Use a strong, even motion when cutting your ingredients.
Fazendo poção.
Spells are not the only tools at your disposal in combat. As you hone your wand skills, you can continue to further your magical education at Hogwarts, progressing your development as a witch or wizard. Brew potions that can increase your power when you need a boost.
É, tem uma infinidade de coisas, tá?
Grow and deploy magical plants to
Profissões,
map the
né?
battlefield and keep your enemies at bay.
Herbologia, seja aqueles negócios de fera e tal.
You can even unleash deadly mandrake seedlings to incapacitate unsuspecting enemies.
Poções.
In Beasts class, you will learn about a variety of magical beasts you might encounter, both at school and as you explore the world surrounding the castle and its grounds.
The goal of today is to remind all of you
Ai,
of the
caralho. Olha
domestic
isso.
safety.
Que delícia, tá?
Learning and mastering broom flight is highly recommended so that you may travel around the world more quickly.
I want you to do my herbology homework.
You're despicable.
Some abilities may be taught to you by
Já tem
students who
RPG de
become your
Game of Thrones, né? Não, não, só dos Anéis.
As you develop relationships with these schoolmates, they can accompany you on your journey as your companions. And over time, you'll learn their stories.
This is our chance.
Dublado não vai ter, né?
Loryh
Provavelmente.
is a brave adventurer driven by the justice she seeks. Poppy Sweeting has a kind heart and loves magical beasts, connecting with them more easily than with humans.
But what happens now?
Unafraid of detention or breaking the rules,
Sneaking in the restricted section again!
is Sebastian Sallow, a charismatic Slytherin
We've been over this, boy. Figs cannot reverse a curse.
with a troubling family secret.
Nothing can. The sooner you accept that reality, the better.
You'll meet these students and more as you explore common rooms, hallways between classes, and regular gathering areas.
Welcome to the
Fala,
room
precisa?
of requirement.
One of the most remarkable secrets of Hogwarts is known as the Room of Requirement. You're introduced to this space that seems to sense what you need and
Ah,
then
o xadrez?
provides it for you.
Tem que ter, né?
Since you need to catch up to your peers, the room provides space for you to sow and harvest plants, brew potions, and upgrade your gear. A helpful house elf named Deke helps you discover Vivarium,
Pergunta às pessoas que estão
allowing you to
assistindo.
nurture your own menagerie of magical beasts.
40 mil.
Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out.
You can freely customize this space to reflect your personality and magical specialties.
Tá, porra, que legal. Da hora, né, gente? Beyond the castle walls.
Not everything you need on your journey is available at Hogwarts. You'll want to visit the nearby wizarding village of Hogsmeade, where loads of shops and vendors can provide you with the supplies you require. From potion ingredients and recipes, to seeds for magical plants, to all sorts of gear.
Carai, 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 carai.
But Hogsmeade also has its dangerous side. A band of dark witches and wizards emboldened by the turmoil of the times wander the village outskirts. You must avoid them or defeat them. As you explore, you'll find the world surrounding Hogwarts is alive with activity, wonders, and areas of unusual interest. As the school year progresses, dynamic seasons and climates will fill the sky with lightning or sunshine, or coat the
Caraca, vai ser
ground with
pesada
snow
essa
or
merda,
rain.
viu?
Unique wizarding hamlets pepper the countryside, each with vendors and residents who have stories to tell, and missions with which they could use your assistance.
Quanto conteúdo, meu pai. Muito conteúdo,
Be
tá?
on the lookout for enchanting magical puzzles that may very well have been designed by Merlin himself when he was a student at Hogwarts. Magical beasts roam the lands outside the castle walls. Some have been corrupted by a mysterious dark magic, while others are at risk of poachers and their traps. If you're feeling
Imagina se for uma
benevolent,
porcaria
you
esse
can
jogo,
rescue
mano.
them and restore them to health in the Room of Requirement. But there are dangers beyond your understanding in the world as well. Dungeons and vaults hold perilous threats and also
Sim, mas esse jogo é online. Cadê os amigos online pra jogar com
careful when you
você?
choose to explore, as it may lead you down a darker path.
Meu
Master
Deus, por
spells,
que ele usou esse feitiço?
befriend new allies, journey across a landscape never seen before, uncover ancient secrets, combat mystical threats, learn long-forgotten mysteries, become the witch or wizard you want to be as you leave your unique mark on the wizarding world. Here, in Hogwarts Legacy.
Eu acho que não é online, não. É esse ano esse jogo? Não é ano que vem, não.
That was your first extended look at Hogwarts.
É exclusivo do PlayStation?
Now let's hear from the real wizards and witches behind the game.
Poxa, não acabou ainda não, meu Deus. Achei que tinha acabado, meu
attention
pai.
to detail and the passion and the love for this brand that the team has is astonishing.
Eles nem chamam a Rádio AK, né?
So excited to take all of the love that they put into this as fans and give it to fans.
This is the game that they've dreamed of.
Aí ali era outra aparência o boneco tinha. Eu queria ter visto mais das mudanças. As artes.
The lore of the Wizarding World is already so rich, and all we had to do was harness those elements and build a game out of it.
The movies, the books, they all touched me in such a way that it makes me want to go to experience Hogwarts. It makes me put in so much more detail into this game.
Olha lá, artbook.
We really want to make sure that anything we add or anything we play with or anything that we explore really feels authentic.
Bringing to life just the charm and the love, everything we have for the books, and then marrying that with the iconic experiences from the movies that fans will recognize is really just the perfect handshake between the two. Just the discovery of like seeing things portrayed for the first time. Maybe they've read something and had a picture in their head the whole time, but then finally to get to touch it, to walk around it.
You've got all these elements that can come together to create this amazing AAA open world action RPG.
When it comes to the open world, it's just
Action RPG, é um RPG, não falou se era MMO não. Falou?
The final question that fans ask is what's beyond that? What's beyond the Forbidden Forest? What's going to be beyond Hogsmeade? What's beyond the Black Lake if I start traveling south? And we just felt like we had to answer those questions.
Não é multiplayer não esse jogo, hein, gente? Deve ser co-op mesmo.
We're creating
No máximo co-op.
Palette of opportunities and ways to explore the world. You're going to see different stories that are really exclusive to who you were in the world.
Eu também lembro dele ser MMO, eu lembro disso.
You are a new student who is starting at the famed School of Witchcraft and Wizardry as a 5th year, which is very unusual. So already there's a bit of an edge and a bit of a mystery.
The original story that we tell in the game is your story of what you did, you know, in the Wizarding world that you haven't seen before.
Or make our own magic.
Tem cara perguntando se dava pra você ser bruxo, Dark Witch.
From, you know, the 1900s and on, really. But now with this world, we're able to sort of create
Mentira, nem é o Dobby, porque o Dobby morreu.
Fans of the series will know that ancient magic has been around for a long time, to say the least, and that Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic. And the Avatar, the player, has the ability to sense it and possibly wield it or control it.
É antes do Voldemort.
Started with rereading the books. And over development, we reread the books many times. Every time we'd start with a new feature, we'd dig into that. And then beyond, we would go into the films.
Então não deve ter a multa que geme, né? Nem o Hagrid. Nem... Por isso que não vai ter ninguém que a gente conhece.
On what this universe is was a pretty big deal. I helped design a piece that nobody has ever seen before.
Faz sentido, o Lucas não precisa ficar enfiando ninguém no
as a
jogo.
Hufflepuff, you always wondered like what is my common room supposed to look like?
It's close enough to the world that we know that fans will recognize certain names. They'll recognize spells, they'll recognize certain locations.
I recognize that doorway, I recognize that classroom.
But mostly, it's going to be an entirely new wizarding world that no one's ever experienced.
When people engage in the wizarding world, what's the one anchor? Like, what's the thing that everyone comes back to? What's the thing that grounds it all and grounds all these characters and grounds all these figures? And
esse cara tá bem empolgadinho, tá? Esse cara tá bem empolgadinho.
Witchcraft and wizardry is really what binds it all.
How to bring Hogwarts to life. That was a very big challenge because, as everybody knows, Hogwarts is huge.
Now we need to know exactly how this passage connects to this passage for a game, because you're going to have to walk it.
And of course, again,
Cara, pior que
Castle,
Hogwarts é linda,
it's
né?
got new surprises up its
Que
sleeves,
lugar
like
foda do
Stones
caralho
and
esse, tá?
Stones. We've put so many little secrets and
Que lugar
passageways
foda.
and rooms in this castle.
We recreate those very important locations, and then there's these other places that are only mentioned in the books or just alluded to, and we have to make the connective tissue that brings all of it together.
Having a world that is a breathing, living world is very hard to do because it's all about the details. And as a concept team, we really got into those details and studied history, studied architecture.
I hope that when fans play the game, they get as lost in it as I do. I can just be reviewing a side mission, and all of a sudden I find myself wandering Hogwarts for like 45 minutes because it's so beautiful.
The community is absolutely going to love Hogwarts Legacy.
It's going to be so fun.
Get that letter to Hogwarts and go to Hogwarts.
We're so excited for people to come to this, to inhabit it, to actually enter the Hogwarts that we built.
Para que seja bom. A galera tá tão empolgadinha de ter feito o jogo. Caralho, o cara usa, a gente vai usar o Avada Kedavra, velho. Não é assim, velho. Board Key Games, Hogwarts Legacy.
We truly hope you enjoyed the Hogwarts Legacy State of Play. Our team is so grateful
Pior
for
que
the
tem, Spot,
excitement
pior que tem.
and for the passion that
Com
all
história
of you bring
pronta,
to
eles
this.
conseguiram
It's
errar,
truly what
mano.
fuels us. On behalf of our team
Só
at
que não foi
DDDD
eles, né?
Avalanche, we want to thank you for being here today, and we'll see you at Hogwarts.
That's our show. We hope you're excited for the magic to come. See you next time.
Acabou? Acabou? Oi? Não. Tá bom. É isso, gente. PlayStation. Acabou. É isso, gente. O que vocês acharam? Opiniões? Curtiram? Curtiram games? Eu achei da hora. Bom, é isso, né, gente? Vou embora também. Aproveitar a deixa do Harry Potter. Aproveitar a deixa do menino.